Well, hello guys. I hope everybody is having a terrific Monday. I just finished working a stretch of 3 night shifts and I rested a little bit today and I received a couple of really awesome things in the mail. It was a really nice surprise to come home to this morning and I wanted to share those things with you. So I have quite a few incredible fragrances from Sephora, including the Kayali fragrances, which I've been wanting to review for you guys for a really long time. I also just wanted to smell them for myself. So I'm really excited to share my thoughts on those with you. And if you're interested in seeing what these are, then stay tuned. Also, do consider subscribing if you haven't already. I would love if you would become part of our little fragrance community, and this way you won't miss out on any fragrance-related content. Okay guys, so obviously I have a few fragrances to share here with you, but before we get into my thoughts on the Kayali ones, I will go over the other two that I purchased and we'll save the Kayali for last. Okay, you guys, so the first one we're going to talk about is from Brooklyn Ellis or Ellis Brooklyn, I'm not sure which it is, and this is called Salt. And I basically ordered this one because, as many of you probably know, I love a good salt fragrance, and I love salt and ambergris in my fragrances, so this one just sounded right up my alley. I also kind of fell in love a little bit with the bottle, and yeah, I had to try it. So this fragrance is comprised of only 3 notes that they talk about, which is ambergris, ylang, and tiare flower. And what you mostly get from this is mostly ambergris, and then it just smells like kind of a mixture of tropical flowers, and you could almost swear that there was coconut in it, although there is no coconut, but it definitely has like a true beach sunscreen kind of a vibe. So first let's talk about the bottle. The bottle is this absolutely beautiful frosted light blue. I love the label on this. I really like simplistic labels. The lid is also pretty awesome as well, and this is a magnetized lid. So it's a really well-constructed, heavy-duty, good quality magnetized lid, which is awesome. And you can pick it up by the lid as well if that's the kind of thing that's important to you guys. So this one is a 50 ml, and this was actually quite affordable. The Ellis Brooklyn fragrances are quite affordable. And yeah, I have to tell you guys, this was a love at first spray. I was really hoping I would love it, and I do love it. My only complaint with this one is that it does not have great performance. It doesn't last for a really long time, and it isn't a huge projector. It's a very soft skin scent. But when I first sprayed this, you guys, my first thought is you feel like you are standing right beside the ocean. Like, you get that ambergris, it smells like ocean water, sea water. It's super sexy. It almost smells like there's coconut in it, but there isn't any coconut. It just has that very like tropical sunscreeny kind of vibe, which I never used to like in my fragrances, but lately I've been absolutely loving. I think it's just because I need to go on vacation. I need to get out of here and I need to travel. But I have this on my skin, and yeah, unfortunately it's a very faint skin scent at this point, and I did spray it about 2.5 hours ago. So that is my only beef with this one. It's really light. It doesn't last for a long time, but this would be a beautiful one to spritz on like immediately before going somewhere, or immediately before crawling into bed for the night, or just to carry with you in your bag and just to kind of keep spritzing on yourself throughout the day. This would have been a really good one to include in my beachy scent video that I recently did. It's very different from Guerlain Terracotta and Aran Hibiscus Palm, and it's very different from Bronze Goddess. I'm just gonna smell the atomizer again since I can't smell my hand anymore. This is the box, by the way, so let's put that down there for you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you guys, but I love ambergris in a fragrance. To me, ambergris or ambroxan, both of those just really amp up the sex appeal for me in a fragrance, and this is so sexy. This is like sexy sunscreen, kind of. And for me, I literally just, that first spray is so intoxicating, and I literally just close my eyes and I can imagine being at the beach. I am back in Cancun. I am standing a foot or 2 feet away from the ocean. That's how I feel when I smell this. Highly recommend if you don't mind the poor longevity. Okay, and fragrance number 2 is from Maison Margiela, and this is from the Replica line, and this is Whispers in the Library. So this one was not a blind buy for me. I actually smelt this in a Sephora along with By the Fireplace, and I really liked this one, but I didn't fall quite in love with it that day enough to buy a full bottle, but I kind of always knew in the back of my head that I would come back and revisit this one, and this is just such a beautiful, cozy, warm fall scent. So essentially this is a woody vanilla, basically. There's also a note of pepper, but I really don't get much of that pepper at all. It might be there a little bit in the opening. It might make it like a little bit of a warm, spicy kind of an opening, but it's very, very subtle. And then what you mostly get from this is all kinds of incredible woody scents and this gorgeous, gorgeous vanilla. This is really a beautiful vanilla scent. I know a lot of people have talked about this and described it as being like smelling like paper, smelling like books. For me, I don't get paper and books. I get like the building itself. Like I get an old library, or I get like a super old house, like 100-year-old home. And this of course is very, very good performing. I wouldn't say it's quite as strong as By the Fireplace. It's a little bit lighter than By the Fireplace, which is a very bold fragrance. But it still has excellent performance, as you would expect from the replica line. So this is what the box looks like, and it says paper and waxed wood, and it says it's a male and female fragrance. Again, I don't get paper and waxed wood, really. I literally envision the walls of a house, but like wooden walls. I don't know if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh, it's just the most gorgeous woody vanilla scent, and so cozy and so relaxing. It makes me feel like I came home. Like when I smell this, I feel like I came home. This would be incredible for the fall, for the winter. I feel like this is going to be so, I feel like I'm going to wear this so much this fall and winter once it gets really cold out and there's snow on the ground. I just think this would be so incredibly comforting. So I used to live in Calgary, Alberta, and I don't know if any of you guys know where that is. It's not a very big city, not very well known in other places, but in Calgary they had this place called Heritage Park. And at Heritage Park they had all these old antique buildings. They had everything from like schoolhouses to farmhouses to like old antique style restaurants, and they literally had these buildings moved in, and so they were genuinely like 150 years old, and they had so much history. And that is the kind of wood that I get when I smell this. It smells like a super old dusky building, but in a really, really good way, and then mixed with vanilla. So picture like super old library or super old schoolhouse. Like I'm getting more of a schoolhouse vibe than I am a book vibe. Like I don't get a lot of paper, but then mix it with vanilla and that's what you get. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I just love this. This was such a good purchase. To me, this is just really cozy, warm, woody vanilla, and it's beautiful. The wood notes in here, you guys, I don't even know what the exact wood notes are, but it's one of the best woody vanillas I think I've ever smelled. So I highly, highly recommend this if you like vanilla and if you like cedar and oak and just white woods, amber woods, those kind of things. You would really, really like this, and it's beautiful. Okay, so moving on to the Kayali Discovery Set. So this came with 4 10ml bottles of the Kayali fragrances. And if you guys follow my channel, you know that I've been wanting to try these for a really, really long time, but I didn't want to blind purchase them. So just to show you kind of what the kit comes with, obviously this is the lid, and then it's got the 4 fragrances. And then if you turn the lid around, it tells you what the notes are in each fragrance, which is really helpful. So why don't we start off with the one that I actually like the least, and this is the Kayali Elixir. So this is a fruity, floral, vanilla, patchouli fragrance, and out of all the fragrances, this one is definitely the most complex. It's the most interesting, but unfortunately for me, it is not my favorite scent. Something about the way the notes play together just bothers my nose, and I don't care for it. So the notes that are in here, this is red apple, rose absolute, jasmine, sambac absolute, vanilla, and patchouli. So I have to say, first of all, I'm really impressed with the bottles. I absolutely love all of these bottles. I think they're so classy. I really like the shape. I really like the label again, like just the very simplistic label. It looks a lot like the salt fragrance, just with the big letters going across. I also really like the lid, the cap. The cap is plastic, so it's not really a high quality cap, but the bottle is absolutely gorgeous. And it's okay. Like, It almost has like a Middle Eastern kind of a vibe about it. Like it almost has like a spiciness to it. But I also don't think that I care for the red apple note in there. I just don't think I care for it. I would never wear this, I don't think. Definitely not full body bottle worthy for me. I know there are some people out there who like this one and prefer this one to the others and think it's the most interesting, and it probably is. But for me, it's just definitely not my taste. So I will probably be gifting this to someone. I don't think I will even keep it. Next, let's talk about their citrus one. And this is such a beautiful bottle. So the notes in here are bergamot, pink grapefruit, rose centifolia, musk, and oak moss. And this is actually a nice citrus. What this reminds me of is the Aqua Allegoria line from Guerlain. If you've ever seen them, they have like the Herba Fresca. There's some beautiful fragrances in the Aqua Allegoria line, and that is exactly what this reminds me of. So if you like those kind of really fresh, uplifting, fruity citrus scents, you might really, really like this. Citrus for me has to be done in a certain way. I don't love a lot of citrus scents. I usually like when citrus is combined with something else, like maybe a vanilla or some woody notes or something like that. This is a nice one though. It's nice. I just don't know if I would buy a full bottle for myself. Yeah, it's actually really nice, you guys. I wish that I wore citrus more often. It's very well done. Like, I think it's very well done. It also has pretty good lasting power. That's one thing I will say about these fragrances is on skin and on the cotton rounds, they are projecting quite well. There's a nice little scent bubble. This is really pretty though. I don't know, this one might grow on me. This is one I'm definitely going to keep and try wearing in the warmer months. And you never know, this might make its way into my collection. Now let's talk about what is probably the most popular Kayali fragrance, and this is Kayali Vanilla. And this has notes of vanilla orchid, tonka absolute, brown sugar, amber woods, and musk. This has a little bit of a darker juice, still has the beautiful bottle. And this one, you guys, I have to say, I really like it. I do really like this one. This one reminds me a lot of Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer, which I also have. Midnight Shimmer also has some of those ambery woods. It's got vanilla, it's got some floral notes. It's very, very similar, almost to the point that I don't know if it would be worth having both. It's different from Whispers in the Library. That one is more woody. This one is more vanilla. This is very warm, it's very cozy, and it's very flattering. It's a warm, cozy, feminine, flattering vanilla. Hard to dislike, mass-pleasing, would make a great gift, pretty safe blind buy as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, I do have it on my arm. Yeah, I'm really getting a lot of amber woods and a lot of brown sugar. So it's a very warm, cozy, woody brown sugar vanilla. Some people have said that this is reminiscent of one of the Bath & Body Works fragrances and lotions. I'll try to put the picture up on the screen. It's one of their very well-known vanilla ones. I can't remember the name of it. And it's kind of similar to that, but this one has more of a, I think this one has more of like a woody edge to it. Currently, I don't think I will buy a full bottle of this one simply because I already have the Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer and they're just very, very similar. But this is beautiful, and if I didn't have Midnight Shimmer, I would buy a full bottle of this. Yeah, this is just very sweet and very cozy and very vanilla and very brown sugar. It's just like a really nice, mass-pleasing, easy grab and go vanilla, and I do really like it. I think this one is full bottle worthy if you like that kind of thing, and if you don't already own Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer. The difference between Michael Kors and this one, I would say this one has that brown sugar. So this one has more of a sugary sweetness, where the Midnight Shimmer doesn't have that. Okay, now let's talk about the last one, and you guys, this is the one that I feel for myself is full bottle worthy, and I would probably and will probably buy a full bottle of this. And this is Kayali Musk. So this has notes of lotus flower, jasmine, musks, vanilla, and sandalwood. And again, this fragrance reminds me of another very well-known fragrance, which is called Clean Skin from the Clean Reserve line. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled that one, but it basically smells just like clean, musky skin. It's very sensual, it's very sexy, it's soft, it's just a beautiful fragrance. And this one is very, very similar. For me, you guys, this is very, very beautiful. This is very sexy, it's very sensual, it's feminine. It just smells very like musky and skin-like and pretty. And then there is a little bit of that vanilla in there, which warms it up and makes it a little bit more feminine. For me, you guys, this one is making the nicest scent bubble. Out of all the fragrances I've tried today, this one is giving me the nicest scent bubble. Like every time I move my arm around and I get this like waft of fragrance, I'm like, what is that? And it's this one. This is the one that is really making me quite happy right now. Yeah, I really, really like this, you guys. Lucky for me, this is also, in my opinion, the most beautiful bottle. This is such a nice combination of the color of the cap, the color of the bottle, the writing on the bottle, the color of the juice, which is like this gorgeous nude pink. It's just, all in all, it's gorgeous. So I'm really thankful that I did smell all of these first, because I was tempted to blind buy this one, but I would have always wondered what the other ones were like. And so I'm really happy that I did get the Discovery Set. And it's just a very soft, feminine, very wearable, all day, every day, any day musk scent. This is beautiful. You could wear this to bed. You could wear this for an evening with somebody. It would make a great signature scent. It would make an excellent gift. I think this is probably the most giftable. And for me, this is also a pretty safe blind buy. Like I wasn't really sure when I looked at the notes, but yeah, this is a very safe blind buy. If you like musky fragrances, vanillas, it's beautiful. Okay guys, so these were the 3 stars of the show for me today. So I'll just quickly go through and recap them. We have Salt, which is a salty floral beach scent. Doesn't have great performance, but I'm obsessed with the way it smells. I think it's very sexy, and I would rebuy this anyway, even knowing it doesn't have great performance, just because I love the way it smells so much. Next we have Replica Whispers in the Library. This is a cozy, beautiful, woody vanilla scent. It makes me feel very comforted, very warm. I just love it, and I think it will be a great scent for the fall and the winter, and this has very good performance. And lastly, we have Kayali Musk, and this is the Kayali fragrance that I think is full bottle worthy. Again, very similar to another fragrance that I've smelled before, but I do prefer this bottle, and I've wanted a Kayali in my collection for a really long time. So for me, this is full bottle worthy. And the performance on this, I would say, is about moderate. It's better than the Salt, but it's not quite as good as the Replica. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on the Kayali fragrances. Let me know down below which one is your favorite, if you have a favorite, if you even like them. And also do head on over and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, where you're going to see a lot more things that I don't share on YouTube. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye for now.